All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome back for another deep dive. You know how this works. You send in the stuff you want us to dig into, and that's exactly what we do. This one comes from a volleyball fan. And honestly, I was pretty surprised by this one myself.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, Kim Yeon-koung, the Iron Hammer, announcing her retirement. I mean, wow. The woman's a straight up legend.
it really is quite the announcement, especially considering her incredible performance this season. It almost feels like she could just keep going and going.
Right. But I guess that just makes her decision to retire now that much more, powerful, doesn't it?
I think it speaks volumes about her character wanting to go out on top.
Absolutely. But okay, before we go any further, let's do a quick recap for anyone who maybe isn't a diehard volleyball fan like our listener who requested this deep dive.
Great idea. Kim Yeon-koung, where do we even begin? Her career goes all the way back to 2005, over 2 decades. And she hasn't just played, she's dominated some of the toughest leagues out there. Japan, Turkey, China. She's conquered them all.
And the article you sent in, it lays out some stats that are, well, they're pretty mind-blowing, to be honest. Like, did you know she's 6th all-time in total points scored? 6th.
Yeah, that's incredible in itself, but it's even crazier when you consider she's only played 8 seasons in Korea's V-League.
8 seasons! Can you imagine what that ranking would look like if she'd spent her whole career there?
Where she's sitting at 5,250 points. Try to wrap your head around that.
5,000! It's insane!
It's like scoring a point every single minute for, let me see, a 90-hour volleyball marathon.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Oh, wow, that puts it into perspective. And she holds the record for the fastest player to ever reach 5,000 points, too, right?
That's right, just 221 games. Unbelievable.
Okay, and here's another crazy thing, just to really drive home the point that she's not slowing down right now. She's currently ranked 6th in points for this season.
Oh yeah, and second in attack success rate, which, for anyone who needs a quick explanation, basically measures how often a player turns their attacks into points, how efficient they are.
So not only is she still scoring like crazy, she's doing it incredibly effectively.
And all of this while leading her team, Hankook Life Insurance, to a dominant position.
Right.
I mean, they're poised to win the regular season and head straight to the championship finals.
With a comfy 14-point lead, too, right?
That's right, over the second-place team. I mean, talk about going out on top.
So, yeah, back to the question, why retire now? When she's clearly still at the peak of her game. But the article you sent had this quote from her, and it kind of says it all. She says, my joints hurt, and I believe it's right to retire while I'm still performing at my best. I have no regrets.
I think that statement really reveals a lot about her, about what drives her.
Definitely.
She doesn't seem to be motivated by breaking records or, chasing fame. It's all about maintaining that high level of play.
Yeah, I mean, you see this in other sports, too. Athletes like Peyton Manning or Serena Williams choosing to retire when they were still competitive. I mean, that takes a lot of self-awareness.
It's a form of respect for themselves and the sport, prioritizing long-term well-being over chasing fleeting glory.
For sure. It's inspiring. So, okay, let's do the math. If her team makes it all the way, she's looking at what, something like 11 to 13 games left?
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Which, I mean, that's not a lot of time to say goodbye to a legend.
It's bittersweet for sure.
And in the article, Kim talks about her fans. She says, I hope many people come to the stadium to watch my last matches. Please cheer for me with smiles.
She's always had such a special connection with the fans.
And she wants them to be a part of this last chapter, to see her out,
Over 20 years, she's been a symbol of excellence. For South Korea, for volleyball.
It's like she's inviting everyone to witness history in the making, this farewell tour. But she's not leaving volleyball altogether, is she? The article mentioned something about a retirement ceremony.
Right. It's called the KYK Invitational 2025, happening in May.
Yeah.
And it's going to feature an all-star match with players from all around the world.
Wait, is that through her foundation? That's awesome.
It is. Which, I mean, that just goes to show you she's not done giving back to the sport, even after retirement.
She's passing the torch.
And it really gets you thinking, doesn't it? What impact she's had on the sport in South Korea and beyond.
Kim Yeon-koung, not just a player, but a role model.
Exactly.
This is the end of an era for sure, but it also feels like a new beginning.
It's amazing to think about, isn't it? How many people she's inspired.
Totally. It's not just on the court either, right? I mean, she's an icon in South Korea. Remember when she carried the flag at the Olympics in London?
Oh, yeah. 2012. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Such a powerful image. A national hero.
Dedication, perseverance, excellence. Qualities we can all admire, even if you don't know the first thing about volleyball.
Okay, so let's talk about that then. That impact. Off the court, I mean.
Well, she's got her foundation, right? And this KYK Invitational, that's all coming from her. She's passionate about giving back.
Makes sense. Maybe she'll get more involved in, I don't know, youth sports, get more girls playing volleyball.
Absolutely. And don't forget all that international experience. Playing all over the world, she could really bridge that gap, couldn't she? Yeah. Between South Korea and the global volleyball scene.
Oh, that's a good point. What if she gets into coaching? Can you imagine?
Oh, now that's an interesting thought. All that knowledge. I mean, she's already a natural leader.
Think about it. She was practically a coach for the young Korean national team a few years back, remember?
Yeah, she was like a mentor, more than just teaching skills. She was building confidence.
But yeah, coaching, mentoring, the foundation work, it seems like whatever she does next, she's going to make a difference.
No doubt about it.
Okay, but let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk legacy. When people look back at Kim Yeon-koung's career, how do you think she'll be remembered?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it?
Mm.
Purely statistically.
Yeah.
I mean, she's one of the greats, no question.
But it's more than the numbers, right?
Exactly. It's her style of play, the intensity. She never gives up. She commands your attention.
Yeah, there's just something about her, powerful but also graceful. She makes these crazy, difficult plays look so easy, and she's been doing it for so long.
That's it, isn't it? The longevity. 2 decades.
Yeah.
At that level. It's remarkable.
And what about her impact on the sport in South Korea? She's really raised the bar.
Oh, absolutely. Think about the national team. 4th place at the Olympics. Their best ever. And all those other international wins. She's a huge part of that.
She put them on the map. Okay, so when we're talking legacy, we're talking about her individual wins, her impact on South Korean volleyball, and then her global influence too, right?
That's it. She's more than just a player. She's an icon.
Well said. I've really enjoyed diving into this. Her career has been something else.
The true inspiration.
Yeah, and even though it's a bit sad, knowing she's retiring, there's also something exciting about it.
New chapter, right?
Exactly.
It really makes you think about all the athletes she's impacted over the years. All those young players looking up to her.
Yeah, I was reading some comments from fans online before our deep dive, and it's amazing how many people said they started playing volleyball because of Kim Yeon-koung.
Wow, really?
Yeah, like they saw her play and were just, I don't know, totally inspired by her talent or dedication.
It's incredible. That's the kind of impact that, goes way beyond the sport itself.
Absolutely. And it made me wonder, how will she be remembered? Not just in South Korea, but by the whole volleyball world. What do you think?
That's a good question. I think she'll be remembered as, well, a pioneer. Someone who really paved the way for other Korean athletes. She showed them what's possible.
Right. I mean, she went out there and dominated on the world stage.
And she never let it go to her head. Just pure focus.
Yeah.
Always striving to be better.
Yeah, she's all about the game. And I think that's what will inspire future generations, that dedication to excellence.
It's a powerful message, for sure. Hard work, passion, it can take you anywhere.
Well, it's been quite a journey, hasn't it? Diving into her career like this, all the triumphs, all the challenges.
And now, this new chapter.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, for sure, knowing we won't see her compete professionally anymore.
But like we've been saying, it's not really the end, is it? This is just a transition, a new beginning.
And knowing her, it'll be something special.
Absolutely.
So, to everyone listening, if you ever get the chance to see her play in these last few games, do it. You won't regret it.
It's a chance to witness history.
Exactly. To say goodbye to a legend. All right, well, it's been a pleasure exploring this with you. Thanks for listening, everyone.
And until next time, keep on diving deep.